able to put things in place. All they need is to direct them on how to do things, and raising their game as well, the quality of construction too. They will be monitored by the project managers and the development team of these various developments. But talking of the impact of this in the project, well, those who can afford it will be able to buy properties. Looking at the policy direction government now, when investment comes, how do you see the national institutions of Nigeria getting new monetary and fiscal policy? The money was localized before the money that is yet to come in to continue the state of development, to move it from the present board. I think it will have a huge impact and a benefit to the financial institutions. I think my take on that is government still has a lot to do. If they say between 17 and 18 million houses, we have a deficit in this sector, I think government has a lot of work to do. The policies are another thing we should look at. I hope the new government that is just 100 days old will look into this, fine-tuning areas of need, fine-tuning the kind of houses that the common man who have voted for this government will need. Shelter, don't forget, shelter is a basic need for mankind. And shelter is not adequate, it's woefully inadequate in this country. Then the Land Use Act is another act. What does the instrument currently, what is the Land Use Act of the USA in terms of affordable measures? Land Use Act is access to land. That is the key, the trust of it. Yeah. And the fact thousands of these houses in jobs, perhaps some of them in Kaduna. And Nigerians, do you think the Nigerian situation of the houses is actually high? We have low-income earners, we have medium-income earners in Nigeria, we have high-income earners. waterfront merits and demerits.
How do you spot the good? For example, when Abuja was just coming up, how did the expensive the bush and everything around it, all the universe.
In the 80s, when I was a key player in the Abuja property market, 10,000 naira, Asokoro 10,000 naira, Gariki and Wuse was about 5 to 8,000. For now, gone beyond phase 3, we're about in phase 4, phase 5 of Abuja master plan now.
So you mean that for the master plan, we already know, the people that are living together, the low income, the high, and the low. Is that how it works?
I think plot allocation then has to be for a place like Maitama. We had either low density, predominantly a low density residential and commercial neighborhood. Asokoro too was predominantly a diplomatic, low density residential and commercial neighborhood as well. When we move to places like Wuse, we have Wuse Zone, Wuse 1 and the Wuse 2. Wuse 2 is medium, more of medium income development. Wuse 1 is more of high density, those who belong to the lowest. Yes, that was originally the allocation we had then was originally designed that way. 800 square meters, 700 square meters, 600 square meters are all high density plots of land. With 2,000 square meters to 4,000, 5,000 are low density.
How
allocation.
We have looked at the structure of the real estate market in Nigeria. We have looked at the challenges. What are the challenges you face in the real estate market in Nigeria in terms of development, investment, and all of that?
One of those challenges, in my view, is social inclusion. When are we going to include those who cannot probably afford to rent a good house, whose income is very low? When are we going to factor them so that they can live in the city as well? The city is not only meant for those in the high income bracket. Those of the low income bracket too could have also some areas allocated to them, built up for them, where they can rent to buy, so that government will not be seen as being biased.
So are we also architects, are we also speaking to persons who are involved in designing cities and areas? So we get to the developer that which are stable, put in mind people that are looking to around their own spaces, instead of building mansions that people actually don't see. I'm sure the members of that.
Well, I think there are one bedroom in accommodation.
How many of them?
There are one bedroom, there are two bedrooms, there are three bedrooms. I think where the problem lies is building the social housing sector. We need to do a lot in the social housing sector. We're talking of the primary, the private market, which you have investors, private investors coming in, buy land at a very expensive cost, and by the time they put in money together to build up this land or develop this land, they obviously want returns on their investment. But we are saying government has not done enough to provide social housing for the common man.
What should we do?
The government should provide more houses, affordable houses. Most of what we're seeing in the market now are private and speculative developments. That is why you see lots of houses empty, both in Lagos, in Port Harcourt, in Abuja, because speculative developers are just using this as a front in some cases, whereas in other places they are not talking of affordability. We are talking of housing for the common man today, and housing for the common man involves the current government fine-tuning areas of need, fine-tuning policies, making policies in such a way that the common man can benefit from housing provision. That is not happening now, and I hope this current government will look seriously into that. See it as a serious business. See it as a serious responsibility to include the common man in housing development in Nigeria.
So let's look at how the property market cost can crash to the level of the common man.
Well, it depends on the kind of market we're looking at. Don't forget, if we are talking of the private, the property market that is driven by the private investors who have spent so much to buy land, they spend so much to develop this land. And what are they looking for? They're looking for profit or returns on investment. We can only have that kind of situation when government participates more in housing development, in real estate development. The property market is a function of the demand and supply factors.
So the government made an attempt to, a very good attempt at first of all controlling the upwarding and also trying to enact an agent that will help people in Lagos to stay there at a time. No one knows that they are forced to maintain their property by just simple laws from the government. Don't you think this would help in terms of giving affordable housing to people who the government can protect to what the government is?
I think we are talking of two issues here. Housing maintenance has to do with keeping it in proper shape. It even helps the owners of the property as well. It helps the occupiers of the property as well as owners of this property. However, the issue of rent, the issue of rental value, the issue of capital value is a function of the market forces, and the market forces are demand and supply factors. These are factors that determine the rent for properties in different...
So are we saying that for now, the real estate market in Nigeria, the private individuals have control of the government?
Properties built by the private individuals are not properties that the government would have control over. Even the rent edit that you can pay only 1 year or 6 months, it's not effective, because if the owner of the property says this is what he wants for his property, if you cannot afford it, you look elsewhere. Government cannot force any individual developer to take a particular rent for his or her property. The solution is government should provide more housing that is affordable for the common man, so that they will be able to pay that subsidized rent which government will want them to pay.
What is the way forward?
The way forward.
What is the way forward? From the perspective.
The way forward has to do with, I see it from two sides. What is the private sector doing? What is the federal government doing? I have talked about the provision of housing by the government to be woefully inadequate. However, the private sector too, coming through private finance initiative, PFI, PPP, those are ways in which the private sector would also be able to deliver houses for the masses. Partnering with government in this respect, we can have more houses for the common man. And it's not all about profit. Sometimes you look at the social aspect of things. Government can provide the enabling environment by providing good land allocations to the private sector. And the private sector, in turn, will look at the common man, factor them into consideration in their pricing mechanism.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bayo. So the person to especially that over 30 years in the real estate industry within and outside Nigeria, Dr. Bayo, thank you so much for coming. And we will be looking at the structure, the challenges, the future, and the consideration that we give to government policies to help people come into the and get into the real estate market in Nigeria. Until the next time I come your way again, this is Samuel very much. Thank And then we have to moment to pause, to plan, and proceed. Hi, my name is Laban Sharifakindi. Welcome to the Visionary. We have a great lineup on the program today, just for you. Here's what to expect. Visionary Countdown, You Don't Need a Million, Visionary Coach, Visionary 101 from both sides, which is our product analysis segment. I hope your week has been as good as mine, because today's show is a mind blower. So buckle up your seatbelts as our Visionary is taking off.
On the Visionary Countdown this week, we are counting down on the biggest fashion houses in Abuja. Number 10, House of Bowden graces the charts with elegance on men's clothing. Ribisque is at number 9. Ribisque has mastered the art of janet making for the feminine gender. Number 8, Resurrection. This brand has redefined itself in men's clothing. At our number 7, we have Viva Bespoke, a brand that has given fashion a brand new haven. That is our 10 to 7 on the Visionary Countdown. Find out who made the list and who did not. Stay tuned.
I started my business with the sum of 15,000 naira. It was at a point when things were so difficult and I saw the need to empower myself. I saw the need to actually do something that I was so passionate about. And so I walked into a house of tire shop and I actually got registered and I became a detailer for House of Tire. And with the sum of 15,000, I actually asked myself, what can I actually do with this? But then I was so amazed when I walked into the shop and I saw that I could actually start that business with that sum of money. And today, that same business that I started with the sum of 15,000 naira, I guess I have goods worth over millions of naira. And today I'm so happy for that decision I made years back. And today I'm the CEO of Get the Look Makeovers. My name is Celestina Ikoko. And what I'd like to tell young people out there is you don't need so much money to start a business. With the little amount of money, you can actually start that business and you can grow it. All you need is focus, passion, and God's blessings. You can actually achieve it. My name is Celestina Ikoko, CEO of Get the Look Makeovers. You don't need a million to start a business. Stay glued to your sets and your screens, because we'll be right back after this. To have you back on this segment. Today I'm going to be talking to a woman with fire under her wings. She's taken the makeup industry in Africa to a whole new level. Join me today as I talk with Tara Felajoy on Visionary 101. You about being the CEO of House of Tire International?
Well, there are lots of things. One of them is where they're coming from. I started this business as a bridal makeup artist 13.5 years ago, just going from house to house doing makeup, but then just be able to see the growth that we've experienced in the last 13 years is very exciting. Tell me more about your vision, your global vision. I know you've done a lot in Nigeria. You've been at it for a while now. Let's talk about the global aspect, which is where I see you're going.
Yeah. It's interesting that a few things are happening. I have someone in the US, in the UK, who's extremely passionate about starting a house of fire UK. I see a transition also happening in Canada. I see something happening in Kenya as well. I see something also happening in Amsterdam. Sometimes these growth don't happen the times that you want it to happen, but as you go to be consistent, then things like this begin to happen. People who are passionate about the brand can say, you know what, I'm in the US, you may not be interested in running in the US, but I'm excited about doing so, and that can then propel us. So that's what I'm looking to do.
Yeah. So what kind of relationship are you going to be?
Yes.
The people.
Yeah. It would be a combination of different things. It could be a JV, which is a joint venture. It could be a franchise, somebody buying off the franchise, or it could be our own company, meaning we went in there, we set it up from scratch to finish. We took people from here and went there and developed the people there to then need to run. And in the same way we're running our branches in Kaduna or in Port Harcourt or in Ibadan or in Abuja. It's the same models might change depending on the city that we're in. Some things may not work in some cities, some work in cities. So I think that's the way in which we're finding that the direction in which we're moving in. That's it, women. Yes, actually, I don't know whether I think with mentorship for me, it's very tough for me to see people who I don't have relationships with as much. She's not the boss. No, she's not the boss. I think that's totally, because when you see her in she comes across like that way. Also because of her ability those who are Christians, we also understand the concept of kingdom development and missionaries in villages where people want to evangelize, and it's just amazing to see